As we think about the impact of trauma on teenagers' social development, teens can be impacted in a number of ways. Teens who have experienced ongoing trauma might get more and more overwhelmed as each trauma can add layers to that impact of the previous trauma. And there are a number of potential signs of trauma in teenagers, including withdrawing from interaction, social isolation, difficulty relating to others, difficulty having empathy for other people. We might see more and more dangerous, risky behaviors, and we might see a teen who is fearful of taking any risk. And of course, we should remember that some risk can be positive and can lead to growth for teenagers. They might also experience difficulty with emotion regulation, as well as being in tune with their feelings. They might respond to trauma with poor impulse control, with aggression, with self destructive behavior. We might see teens who engage in self injury as well, and teens who also have suicidal ideation. They might have sleep disturbances, which of course can impact their mood or their feeling like being with other people. We're likely to see low self esteem, shame, and guilt in teenagers, even though that might come out looking like withdrawal, defiance, risky behavior, other things like that. And a teen may experience intrusive images of the trauma they've experienced as well, which might keep them from focusing, which of course can impact learning, and that might result in them being behind in school. A teen who's emotionally overwhelmed by reminders of trauma might not be able to give energy to forming relationships with peers. I have a good colleague and friend, Tony Heineman, who began an organization called A Home Within, which provides free therapy to children and youth in the foster care system. She sums it up perfectly in the following words: all adolescents take risk. Traumatized adolescents take more negative or dangerous risk in more habitual ways. For example, they might crave more sexual contact because it reassures them emotionally, but abandonment fears have them so insecure about being left that they don't ask their partners to use protection. They might have spent years in a kind of numb, dissociated state that leaves them craving physical thrills. So they ride a skateboard without a helmet late at night, weaving through traffic on a busy street. They might be so distracted at school, where they have trouble concentrating because of anxiety, that they start drinking in the mornings just to calm down. For teenagers, the stakes are high because their behavioral choices can have significant consequences. And as they approach adulthood, the world around them expects them to assume more and more responsibilities. As Tony has maintained, though, every adult who comes into regular contact with a traumatized teenager has the opportunity to use that relationship to promote healing and healthy development. And this is very true, right? So, something else that happens a lot in teenagers is we might see defiance. And defiance in teens is a push button for a lot of parents, but that pull for independence is normal. And there are some things to do to help set our teenagers up for success. One is to spend time having fun and connecting with your teen. Appreciate your teen's gifts, their quirks, and just who they are. Make your expectations and consequences clear and be consistent in enforcing them. Let's say your teen is sassy with you when you're just talking about the dance he went to. Stay calm and know his defiance is about something within him, not you. Tell him that you believe he's sending the message he doesn't want to talk right now, so you'll give him some space. And then just be quiet. He'll have time to think about how he talked to you, as well as what's on his mind. And later, talk about how he could have handled it differently. when things are calm. Make sure to give your teen plenty of positive outlets for anger, maybe exercise, writing, art, whatever it is that your teenager enjoys doing, try to have that as a possibility.